One, two, three. So apparently my intro doesn't want to work, so I'll figure that out later. But hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to a new kind of content on this channel that I hope will kind of grow into something amazing. So for the past, I want to say like month or so, I've been wrecking my brain trying to figure out what direction I want to go in as we grow from here going forward. Because I'm a creator, I'm a creative type of person, and I love I'm forever on a search for new and interesting ways to kind of give content to you guys and do what I do for you guys, and helping you with, with motivation, with sleep, with anxiety, with whatever it is that I'm able to do for you guys. I'm always looking for new ways to do that. So, like I said, for the past couple of weeks, I've been just kind of like figuring out, not only what new things do I want to add to the channel, but like who am I? What am I to you guys? What am I here for at the very core, And so I kind of, came down to just figuring out like, I'm here to kind of just be here in whatever I do. And, it just kind of, I don't know, I came to the conclusion where the fact is I love being live. I love being live in front of you guys, interacting with you guys here in like a real-time setting. And I've always admired people that do kind of like podcasty sort of things where, they kind of talk to people and answer their questions and kind of give my own advice on things and try to help you through whatever you're going through. And I think that this is kind of a new sort of thing that we can do to kind of, I don't know, just bring some new stuff to this channel. And I really want to stress the phrase adding to the channel, because in the past I've tried to in the past, like a really long time ago, I started doing vlogs on this channel before I started my second one specifically for that. And there were, it was received pretty well by those of you guys that were interested in that stuff. But there were a few individuals that were just like, hey, look, I'm just here for ASMR. I don't really want anything else. Can you stop doing these and get back to making ASMR? And that was kind of interesting to get that feedback, because I wasn't taking away my ASMR content. I was just adding more content. So just to reiterate, at the very least, I will always create one episode of ASMR a week, or one video, ASMR video a week, because I love making ASMR. I love it. I absolutely love that outlet, that format of video, and making that for you guys. So at the very least, you will always have one ASMR video a week. I've just been trying to find ways to add more content to this channel that you can get every week, or with the idea that I have for this specifically every day. To me, every day, well, to everybody, every day presents new challenges, new solutions, new situations, new problems. And I feel like if that is the case, then, we have an endless amount of content that we can kind of do with these daily live chats. And I feel like you guys would appreciate, being able to kind of tune into these every day, whether it's live or watching this after the fact. If you can't make this live, that's okay. I don't expect everyone to be able to, especially because the only issue with doing these lives is figuring out what time to do these at, because I have to kind of like fit it into my schedule as far as like classes and stuff like that. So whenever I can go live with these during the day, I'm just going to do it. Obviously, follow me on social media. That's where I'm going to post, hey, I'm about to go live during this time or that time. That's where you can kind of like get a good idea. Although you should be able to see, the live stream in your sub box, or get a notification if you have those turned on. So if you want to keep an ear out or an eye out, those things are there to kind of let you know, like, hey, I'm going live soon. But yeah, so the format for the way that I want to do these is maybe like Monday through Thursday, we do, pudding chats. We'll do like 1 or 2 questions for each episode, depending on how in depth I go into the question and, with my response. And then after that, I'll take some live questions that I can answer. Because again, every day presents a new challenge. So if there's something that you may be going through today and you would like me to kind of talk about it, I can do that. And obviously if you are here in the live chat. I think that would be a good kind of, maybe, I don't know, a 20-ish minute episode of a podcasty kind of thing. I wouldn't go as far as to say that this is a podcast. It's not really. It could be, I guess. But yeah, this is just the kind of format. Again, it's just a way for me to kind of talk with you guys live and talk about some certain situations and just kind of have a good piece of content that you can just listen to. It's nothing visually crazy going on. I got like just nothing crazy in the background. Obviously you got the little emojis back there, but visually it's nothing interesting. But when it comes to like the actual content, I want this to kind of be filled with good information that you can kind of just, listen to and learn something, gain something, or even, again, just relax to. Because ASMR is great. Like I said, I love creating ASMR. And as much as I think that there's an unlimited amount of ways that I can create an ASMR video, it's still kind of limiting in it being just an ASMR video. So like I said before, I wanted to kind of create something new, or create another outlet for me to be able to help you guys in different ways. Obviously, ASMR is more of a here's some sounds that you may enjoy. This kind of content is here's some actual questions of things that you're actually dealing with, or things that you have questions about, and here's my answer, and here's a possible solution to what you're going through, or just my opinion on a certain thing that you want to know about. Pikachu looks petrified. Why? So yeah, I'm gonna kind of bounce off of the chat as I'm going through these questions and stuff like that. Again, because I really love the interaction with you guys here. But I do want to preface with please keep the chat like PG-13. Please don't troll or spam. You will get banned. And yeah, I have no sympathy for that. So please don't ruin the experience for everyone that is here. So let's get into these first questions. So as you can see by the title, we're going to be talking about confidence with an individual who is of plus size, and then kissing my ex. Okay, so the first question is from Tumblr. I do get a lot of interesting questions from Tumblr that I'm using for this episode, and I'll probably be using in the future. If you do want to ask questions, there's many different ways that you can send me these, either via Tumblr, via my website, which has like a link to send me an email. Through Twitter, you can use the hashtag PuddingChats, just all one word. You can use that on Twitter, then I can filter through those questions there. And I think if you use the same hashtag on Facebook, well, you could just message me on Facebook. That's okay. But links to everything is located down in the description. And yeah, let's get this going. Is the audio quality okay too? Seeing that this is episode 0, we're gonna iron out all the kinks hopefully within these first couple of episodes and kind of get into a routine and kind of get this going. So audio check 1 2 3 1 2 3. But yeah, so like I have plans for this to be like a Monday through Thursday kind of thing. Friday will be like an ASMR video. Saturday will be my day off, and then Sunday will be live ASMR session. Again, keeping the same stuff that I've always been doing, just adding more content throughout the week. Audio quality is great. Audio is good. Audio is fine. Awesome. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. I'm going to take a swig of water. Not sponsored by Voss, but I like the containers that these come in. It's pretty nice. But yeah, so let's get into this first question, who comes from Anonymous, who asks, I have been struggling in the dating department and just need some advice and motivation. I am a plus-size girl, and I have been told that I will never be good enough. What advice do you have for a person struggling with confidence? So my original answer to this question was, don't listen to dumbass people with dumbass comments about you. Actually, I should preface this again. There will probably be swearing in these episodes, so if you're kind of offended by that, I guess I would urge you to just keep an ear out for that, or kind of like just let it go. I'm gonna try to tone it down, but that's just kind of the way I speak. But if I have to swear, it will be because I'm really trying to emphasize my point, or I guess I will be triggered by something. But no. So yeah, just keep in mind that. So yeah. So basically, what I wanted to get into this was when I was younger, I was a lot chubbier, I guess. I mean, obviously, when you're a kid, you got like that little baby fat or whatever. But my whole family has always been kind of a bigger sized, and that's something that I've always kind of fought with, as far as like growing up and like not wanting to be that way. Like I wanted to be fit and healthy and not like them. And so like, but growing up, my family was never really about eating healthy and like working out and stuff like that. So they would buy the ho-hos, they would buy the cupcakes, they would buy the cookies and stuff like that. So again, I was chubbier when I was a kid, and I did get made fun of for it. I think maybe 1 or 2 years in elementary school. I think it was like 6th grade, 5th or 6th grade. And it was horrible. It stuck with me for forever. I mean, even still to this day, like it's something that kind of shaped and molded me in how I see myself and how I go about, my appearance and my ethic for working out and stuff like that. So there came a point in high school where I was kind of like just like tired of being like overweight, and decided to like actually just fucking do something about it. And I started working out and started eating better. I started, I had always been on sports, but I never really like, dieted. I never really like tried to lose weight or anything like that. I just played sports. I played football, I played baseball, stuff like that. So I know what it feels like to be told that you're not good enough, to be told that like, ew, like why do you look like that, or this and that, and because for being plus size, for being a little bit overweight. And so I can relate in the fact that just knowing what that feels like, and knowing how fucked up that can make you feel. Because like who enjoys like being told that like you're not good enough? Like no one's ever gonna like you because of how you look and this and that. And it's just like what? Like how do you deal with that? So what I kind of wanted to elaborate on that was, don't listen to people that say stuff like that. Only you know how you feel, how you look. If somebody doesn't like the way you look, fuck them. Who cares? They don't, especially if they don't know you. If it's a good friend that's kind of like trying to be like real with you and tell you like, hey, maybe you should work on this, or maybe you should work on that. That's different, because they would say it differently. They wouldn't say it like that, So when it comes to struggling with self-confidence, it's an ever working thing. It's a forever working thing. Like I said, even till this day, like I struggle with not body image issues or self-image issues. It's more just like I'm just always conscious of how I look, what I'm eating, and how I portray myself, because of the shit that I went through back in the day, where I did get made fun of, where people did, vilely say bad things to me because of my weight. I remember when I was a kid, I used to hate wearing jeans, or pants, because they were just so restricting, again, because I was a little bit chubby. So I used to always love wearing sweatpants because they were just more comfortable that way. But I got made fun of for it. I used to be the kid that always wore sweatpants no matter what. So eventually I started getting sick and tired of, feeling like shit about myself. And I just started to do something about it. So as far as advice for struggling with self-confidence, start making changes. Little by little, over the years, you'll eventually get to a place where you're more comfortable with yourself. Just a simple act of doing something about it makes so much of a difference. When you actually, make progress and see progress within yourself as you are, getting healthier and maybe getting more fit if that's your goal. All those little things kind of work together into creating a positive self-image of yourself. It's like I said, I think it was in junior year of high school is when I started to like really work towards, like, I was just like, I'm done like feeling like shit about myself. I'm done like being overweight. I want to be like the good looking person. I want to be the person that like doesn't have to like be ashamed of like how I look and how I dress, and always conscious of like, of how tight my clothes are and stuff like that. Like, I fucking hated that. So I started to work towards it, and that lasted all throughout, after graduating high school and into like the first couple of years that I was in the military. I mean, it wasn't even until like maybe the last like 4 years into the military that I finally kind of was like comfortable with how I looked and the progress that I've made with myself, and got to a point where I was like, you know what, I love myself. Like, I love the way I look. I love the way that my body is shaped. I'm not exactly where I want to be, fitness wise or physically, but I love who I am and how I look. And that took years. That took years of constant work, but constantly working on it and being around people that don't talk shit to you like that will always make the difference. Now, if that person that said that you will never be good enough was like from an online comment, obviously don't take that to heart, because people say some vile ass shit on the internet, and that's not to be taken as like fact at all, like whatsoever. But if that was a person that said that to you in real life, that's actually really fucked up, and you should never hang around that person ever again. But yeah, just work on it. Work on telling yourself that you love yourself, or work on getting to a place to where you will, be confident with yourself and will love yourself. It takes time. It takes effort, and it takes constant, reassuring of yourself, and even reassurance from your friends and family and people around you that, notice these changes in you as you're making changes. But you have to make the change. You have to make the changes yourself, Again, struggling with self-confidence comes down to self-confidence. It's yourself. It's how you feel about yourself. So if you don't like how you feel about yourself, you're going to have to do something about that. Looks like the chat is going well. Hopefully there's not too many trolls. Yeah, a big F you to all of them. Yeah, and anybody that decides to put you down, just don't even worry about them. They have their own issues going on. Most of the time, people that that talk shit to you are actually going through some shit themselves. And how you deal with that is your own. I know I don't have any sympathy for those people, because you make the conscious choice. We're going on a tangent here. You make the conscious choice to troll, to be mean, to be an asshole, to be an asshat, and you don't have to do that. Just because you're going through some shit doesn't mean you have to take it on other people. So those of you that do that, I have no sympathy for you. None. Zero. Because I've had it before where somebody was like saying some really mean shit, and I was just like, what's the deal? And then, after the fact, they were like, I'm really going through some stuff right now and this and that. And I'm like, at this point, I don't care. You ruined all of your chance of me caring about what you're going through because you chose to be an idiot. That's how I deal with trolls. So off of tangent, that was the first question for today. The second question is from another anonymous on Tumblr who asks, if someone offered you an all expenses paid month-long trip to Europe, but you have to post a video to YouTube kissing one of your exes, would you do it? I love this question when I got it because I answered yes. Yes, absolutely yes. I would post a video of me kissing one of my exes. And the reason, because this, obviously, well, with the caveat that I could choose which ex. And the reason that I answered yes is because I am best friends with one of my exes. This was an ex that I dated, I think it was back in 2010. Well, that's when we started dating. We were friends, like a year or so before that. And we would talk back and forth and, message each other and obviously just be friends, right? And then at some point we decided, hey, why don't we just start dating, see how that goes. Unfortunately, it was long distance. And, we only dated for a couple of months before we decided to just kind of part ways. But that kind of had something to do with our probably still being friends. And then also the fact that that we were friends beforehand kind of helps that. I know there's a lot of people that that struggle with not knowing whether to be friends with their exes or whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. And I think it's a case by case basis, depending on, again, were you guys friends before you dated? What was your relationship like while you dated? Did you have that core friendship there? Did you have that? Or, maybe the relationship kind of allowed you to be friends after the fact, because you have, common interests, you had memories that you shared together that you didn't necessarily want to just throw out and leave behind. You still want to share that. You both, maturely realize that being in a relationship just doesn't work for you two. And so you just kind of parted ways, but still remain friends because you enjoy each other's company. You enjoy that kind of person's personality. It's just, for whatever reason, being, in a relationship just causes things to, be whacked out or whatever. So yeah, I would definitely do that with my best friend. For an all expenses paid trip to Europe. Heck yeah. That would be that video would go up tomorrow if that was actually true. But yeah, so that's my kind of short answer to that one. Are there any of you guys that are friends with your exes? Is anybody else in a similar kind of situation with that? I think there's only one. Yeah, there's only one of my exes that I'm actually friends with. My other ones, not so much. All your exes live in Texas. You're just Facebook acquaintances with one of your exes. No hard feelings at all. I got friends in low places. You're on friendly terms with your ex, didn't want to have any residual hate. Yeah, see, that's the thing when it comes to breakups. The residual. I like that term that you used as well. Residual hatred. I hate that so much. I hate residual hatred. But no, seriously. Nothing is worse than a bad breakup. Well, there obviously are other things worse. That's just a saying. But bad breakups are just so frustrating to deal with because the negative effects last for so long. Even though you try not to care, you try not to let it get to you, the effects of a bad breakup linger for a very long time. Again, whether you like to admit it or not, it's there. It's always there. Until enough time has passed to where you kind of accepted how things were, how things went, and eventually get to a point where you obviously start seeing somebody else and kind of completely forget about it, or you just kind of move on with your life. I know in my past relationship that ended, I think it was 2 years ago. The negative kind of feelings lasted for a couple of months after that, for me especially. It was a weird situation where we had started, we were in the same class together and we had started dating, and so when we broke up, we kind of still had to have class together, and so that was the most awkward, frustrating experience that I had recently experienced during that time. Because it's you're sitting there and your ex is there and they're laughing and having fun with everybody else, and you're just why Why life? Thank you, universe. I appreciate this lovely situation right now. But if eventually, I had taken a month off to kind of focus on other things, and she continued on, and so like we were separated by like one class, and then like it was towards the end of my classes where we kind of ended up being in the same class again. But it was at that point where enough time had passed to where it didn't really affect me anymore. I was just like, whatever, kind of got to that point where you felt like you've moved on, you're concentrated on other things, you've made new friends, you've continued on doing your whatever you want to do, and it just stops affecting you at that point. But bad breakups, oof, not bad. But yeah, I would definitely kiss my ex, for sure. So if somebody is offering that, please let me know. So that's going to be that for the submitted questions. I'm gonna go ahead and read some questions from the chat. If you guys have any things that you are going through that you want me to talk about, or anything that you'd like my opinion on, I'd love to go ahead and give you my 2 cents on that. Oh gosh, the chat is a rowdy, wild west of a situation right now. Yeah, I'm definitely in a good mood. Let me know you'll take them up on that offer. But yeah, so for these kinds of videos, I think these will be like good, 20-ish minute videos. And then possibly put these maybe on like iTunes and Google Play if I can figure that out. Probably not going to answer political questions, just because I feel personally that just breeds hatred and unnecessary arguing, and because people don't know how to accept other people's choices and opinions on things. So yeah, I'm not even gonna go there. Your ex got back with his ex and you feel jealous when you thought you were over them. That's interesting. So the person you were dating broke up with you and got back with the person that they were with previously. Was it like directly before you, or kind of like an ex that they had like a long time ago? I guess it doesn't really matter, but you feel jealous. You feel jealous. You shouldn't feel jealous about that. I mean, I guess I can understand why you would feel jealous, because they after the breakup they found somebody, like they already have somebody to go to while you're still alone. But I would say, don't be jealous of them. If anything, they should be envious of you. You have all the freedom. You have all the opportunity now to kind of focus on yourself, do what you want to do, and not have anybody to say anything about what you want to do. Nobody's there to like have any opinion about your choices in life from here going forward. So if anything, your ex should be envious of you. Them going back into a relationship, they're probably the kind of person that feels comfortable in relationships, that feels like they have to, they need to be in a relationship. And more power to you if that's how you are. But I'm the kind of person where I'm not like that at all. I enjoy, being, having my own freedom and being my own person. And yeah, relationships are great, right? You get to share memories and situations with a significant other, or others, if that's your thing. And that's all great and dandy, but there's give and take when it comes to being in a relationship or being single. There's more things that you can do in one situation than others, or vice versa, depending on who you're with and how you're dealing with that. So yeah, I would definitely not be jealous if I were you. It says, I'm going through a breakup from Saturday and we're trying to fix things because it's about time and communication. Do you have any advice? Okay, let me read that again. we're trying to fix things because it's about time and communication. Do I have any advice? Well, I would definitely have a sit down talk with this person if you can. If it's like an online sort of thing, get on a call or something like that. But definitely sit down with this person and have that communication. Have that communication with that person and talk about it. Let them know what you need from them, and allow them to let you know what they need from you. One thing that I heard, it was a video that I watched a long time ago, and it talked about how different people need to be loved in different ways. The way that I need to be loved is different from the way that you need to be loved, or to feel loved. So communication is huge, and so if communication is the issue, you definitely need to find a way to like sit down and talk to this person and engage with this person, and let your feelings be known. Allow them to express their feelings and try to come to some solution to where maybe there's something that they need from you that you can kind of compromise on, and you're willing to do for them because it's not that big of an issue, or vice versa, or maybe they can find something that you need specifically that they can kind of compromise on, and it's not that big of a deal for them to do for you, and just kind of go back and forth and see how you guys can get over these issues. But it all comes down to listening to each other. That's the biggest thing, because we could talk all day long about what we want and what we need, but if you can't listen to your significant other, then you're going to have problems. You're always going to have problems because you're not really hearing their message. You're not really hearing what they need or what they want from you. And, if all else fails and you guys really can't come to a solution, then you might be in a situation where you just have to kind of break it up. Because as much as you may want to be compatible with somebody, you just might not be as compatible as you wish or as you want to be. And that's the kind of thing that you just have to deal with. That's life. There's millions and billions of people out there that exist. There's at least 5 that are right for you. That are good for you. So not as all failed if if a certain relationship that you're in or that you really want to be in isn't working out, because that's just life. And then we'll answer one more. Let's see. My best friend just broke up with someone, and they like you and you like them. What do you do? That's a tricky situation. Especially with people that are, all about the bro code and all about like, you don't date your best friend's like ex and stuff like that. This is a situation where, timing is really key, because what I want to say is I want you to talk to your best friend, who just broke up with this person that you like and who likes you back. I want you to talk to your best friend and talk to them about how you feel about this person and and tell them how they feel about you. But obviously you don't want to do that right now if they just broke up. That's like, no, you're going to lose a friend. You're going to probably lose the person that you're interested with, because they're going to be mad that like everything's all screwed up and they're getting yelled at by their ex and this and that. Like, don't. Give it some time. Okay? Give it some time. If it's something to where like you guys really, really, really like each other and you guys really want to be in a relationship, then you're going to have to definitely don't do it behind his back. Definitely. If you want to keep him as a friend, don't date each other behind his back or her back, or whatever situation that is. Get together with this person that you like, that they like you, and try to have a sit-down conversation with your best friend. Because again, if it's something to where, their relationship just wasn't working out, they weren't compatible with each other, they were never going to be compatible with each other, then there's no reason that your best friend can't be happy for you being happy, if they're really your best friend. Again, timing is key here, because you don't want to do this immediately. You don't want to do this next week. You want to give it some time, see how your best friend is dealing and coping with the breaking of the relationship that he or she was in, and see if they're moving forward pretty quickly. If they're kind of just like, if they realize that they just weren't compatible with this person, and just kind of take it from there. But timing is going to be huge on that one. So that's going to be that for today's Pudding Chats, episode 0. We will be back. What is today? Today's Wednesday, right? We will be back tomorrow with another Pudding Chats. Like I said, I want to do these like Monday through Thursday, put an ASMR video out on Friday. Saturday have, that's my usual day off, and then Sunday come back with a live ASMR session. So, again, for those of you that are just here, that are just tuning in, this is a new kind of content that I'm bringing to the channel. Not taking away anything. I'm always going to produce one ASMR video a week, one live ASMR session every Sunday or Monday, depending if I'm traveling. And then do these Pudding Chats probably Monday through Wednesday, Monday through Thursday, depending on, how schedules work out like that. But this is something that I wanted to create to allow you guys to be able to tune into every day and, express yourselves, get some knowledge back from some questions that I try to answer and give advice on and give opinions on. And we'll just kind of see how this grows, how you guys react to this kind of content. Hopefully you guys enjoy. If you do enjoy, please hit the like button. Please check the description box for all my social media stuff, where you can send me messages and ask me questions that I can use for future episodes, and or just have a conversation, talk with me. Usually we do Twitch streams every day. I might start doing streams on YouTube, or at least trying that out. But that's going to be, I'm not sure how to do that yet. Because I know for quality, YouTube is better. When it comes to streaming, I could stream at like 1080p, like full quality, and like it won't affect your buffering, your watch speed. Whereas on Twitch, I have to like throw my settings down, and I don't get as good quality as I would like. So I might start streaming on my second channel, which is also located in the description box, and just see kind of how that goes. So if you're interested in that, keep an eye out on my social media. I'll let you guys know if and when I'm streaming for video games. But otherwise, everything's just going to be on this channel as far as like these Pudding Chats, ASMR videos, normal stuff like that. And everything will hopefully be good from here on out. So I just want a huge shout out to everybody that is here live, that was able to make it. I'm going to try to alternate the times that I do these chats. So, because I know if I do it earlier in the day for me, since I live on the East Coast of the U.S., so it's Eastern Standard Time. It's kind of a good time for those of you out in Europe and the rest of the world. If I do these later, in Eastern Standard Time, it's kind of better for those of us here in the U.S. to kind of tune in and be off of work already and stuff like that. So I'm gonna try to alternate times and see how that goes. And again, we'll just kind of take it from there, see how everything pans out, and just hopefully you guys enjoy. So I will see you guys next time in the next episode tomorrow, and I hope you guys have a good day. So I love you. I hope you take care. And as always, keep dreaming. My intro doesn't work, so I'm just going to switch to this. Love ya.